major and the other see Juventus. They make 6 changes. We'll leave that there because we're just about to get the action underway in Turin, where Juventus play host to Barcelona this evening. A group stage clash worthy of a final as it was just 3 years ago. Juve have kicked us off. They will be playing from right to left in the first half, needing a victory to be sure of qualification for the last 16. They are just above Sporting Lisbon at the moment, who take on Olympiacos tonight, still with a hope of qualification. If they are to make it through, they need Barcelona to do them a favour. For the Spaniards, they just need a draw to be sure of qualification for the next round of the competition. Ernesto Valverde has decided to rest Lionel Messi tonight. According to reports, Messi has agreed to it. Obviously has so much sway that he doesn't want to do something. Lionel Messi doesn't normally have to, as the ball is played down the far side of the field. Barcelona in a change strip of all burgundy this evening. Juventus in their usual black and white stripes. So Juve give the ball away. Suarez is chasing after that one, tidied up at the back by Mehdi Benatia. And now play for a throw-in on the far side of the field. Juve beaten at the weekend. They made 6 changes from the loss to Sampdoria. Surprise defeat for Juve, who have been solid if yet unspectacular so far this season. In Serie A, convincingly turned over 3-0 at the Nou Camp, although from the Juve perspective that result didn't reflect how the game went. As for Barcelona, they've conceded just 1 goal in the Champions League so far this season, and are riding high at the top of La Liga after 11 wins out of 12 Leganes at the weekend. Here come Juve though, and it's a nice run by Douglas Costa. Works it out to the right hand side where Cuadrado will trick his way into the box, pulls it back to Costa. Early chance here for Juventus. Shot comes in and to make the save low down towards his left hand side. It was good play by Douglas Costa in the build up to that one, carrying the ball forwards. Barcelona were backing off. Eventually he was allowed to get the shot in, the former Bayern Munich man. Early warning sign for Barca. As you can say, Celtic have taken a surprise lead away at Paris Saint-Germain this evening. PSG 0, Celtic 1. All in midfield with Paulinho for Barcelona then. Back he goes to the halfway line for the Brazilian, who was signed in the summer. Spent a period of his career in China. All drifted out now to Jose Semedo. Down the right hand side, cuts in field, nice work by him. Lovely pullback, drag back behind him, then the shot comes in, but poor effort getting underneath the ball was Paulinho. Who has done okay for Barcelona since he made the move to the Nou Camp. Former Spurs man who was something of an underwhelming signing for Barcelona fans. Stats so far this season: 4 goals in 11 La Liga appearances. Nowhere near the target on that occasion. Listening to independent off-tube studio commentary coverage of this Group D encounter in the Champions League then. Juve have the ball at the moment, looking to repeat the 3-0 scoreline they enjoyed against Barcelona in last year's knockout stages of the Champions League. Dumping 3-0 at home. He's Iniesta, plays the ball out to the far side for Suarez, who's not been in great goal-scoring form of late, but did net at the weekend against Leganes. Back to Iniesta, midway inside the Juve half. Iniesta with the captain's armband on. Now Suarez with it once more, and lower the pace of the game down. Paulinho collects it. Turn and face the Juve goal. Paulinho. Back to Piqué. Juve pressing all over the park, trying to force the errors from Barca. Yes. Passage of possession for Barcelona, but going nowhere at the moment. There's Piqué. So Rakitic again. Rakitic being hounded by Higuain, and eventually they win the ball back. Juve, good work by the Argentine, leading from the front. Now Juve working out to Cuadrado. Lovely turn away from Lucas Digne. Infield it goes for Higuain. Now Dybala chips that one over the top. Douglas Costa. Nice football this by Juventus. Costa with the low cross in, cut out by Piqué. Collected on this near side once again by Sandro. He can't get his pass away to a teammate though. And Gerard Lefeo will work it up to Rakitic. Flicked around the corner for Suarez. Game opening up all of a sudden. Barzagli comes across though. Work by him, flicks it off Suarez for a throw-in. Juve relieve the danger. No Giorgio Chiellini tonight for Juventus. Picked up an injury at the weekend. Big miss, of course, for them. Leonardo Bonucci anymore. He left the club in the summer, breaking up the fierce backline that Juventus had. They'll lose Buffon at the end of the season unless they win the Champions League, as they play on for the Club World Cup if it gets that far. Cuadrado, low cross in from the right-hand side, cleared away. Titi. Back out to Cuadrado again, who's looked lively in the early stages of this one. Infield now for Dybala, who had a fantastic game. And these two last men in Turin scoring twice. 3-0 victory. Douglas Costa, a little layoff. And out wide it goes to Sandro. Infield for Costa. Back to Sandro. Juve probing. Rakitic steps out, trying to win the ball back. They eventually look it back towards the halfway line. Rugana plays one over the top. Given away though. Barcelona have it back. It's been an energetic start to this game. Chris Rivers and Jack Ogle will be talking you through the 90 minutes, and nobody is getting a second on the ball at the moment in this one.
Yeah, exactly right. Very intense at the moment, isn't it? It's interesting to see both these sides, real top dogs. Overall prize, of course, meeting as they did last season. They're setting the Barcelona, though, going so well in La Liga. I think they'll be pretty relaxed coming into this game, being top of the group, and having Olympiacos in the final. Sporting Lisbon in their final group game. So I think they're pretty relaxed. Whereas I think Juventus have got a point to prove after the weekend.
Yeah, I think they have. They're 3-0 down against Sampdoria. Pulled it back to 3-2. Dying stages. It's a rare defeat for Juve, but not too often this season. Ball forward towards Suarez. Was he fouled there by Anatir? Referee says no. Play forward towards Dybala. He loses possession, and there's a real scramble as Pranic and Paulinho come together. Got down in the end as Pranic, and it will be a free kick for Juve. It's interesting that Barca obviously feel confident enough to rest Lionel Messi for this game, thinking, as you say, they've got one more game to be sure of qualification, and knowing that a draw will be enough tonight.
Yeah, and I think because they've got Valencia at the weekend, that's a big game, isn't it? Valencia going so well this season, second in the Liga at the moment, and I think they'll have one eye on that game. I think it's not the end of the world if they lose tonight. Like I said, they've got Sporting Lisbon in the final match, one they'll expect to win, and I think it's just a case of maybe just taking the chances for resting Messi, because he has played a lot of football.
He's agreed to the fact that he needs to be rested. Ball out with Cuadrado on the right-hand side. Barca quite happy to keep possession for the time being. I should say Juventus are quite happy to keep possession. As Rugana plays that one forward towards Costa, who's under pressure. A swarm of maroon shirts are on him quickly. Same with Sandro, as he has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper Buffon. Juve playing out from the back. Early stages in Turin, and it's Juventus 0, Barcelona 0. A very fast and frenetic start to the game, with neither set of players getting a second to dwell on the ball. But we have had an opportunity for Juventus, with Douglas Costa making a good run through the middle of the park. Worked the ball out to the right-hand side for Cuadrado, who pulled it back for Costa, but his effort was straight at Ter Stegen. Easy save for the goalkeeper to make down to his left-hand side. For Barcelona, they've had a speculative effort through Paulinho, who's come into the side for Lionel Messi tonight. He'll have to do a lot better to replace the Argentine. Current score, Juventus 0, Barcelona 0. Midfield now for Barcelona, where they work it out to the far side for Delafeo. Opportunity for him, but decides to go backwards in the end. Barca obviously not wanting to take too many risks in this game, the draw being enough to see them through. Ball works out to the far side now for Semedo. Infield again for Busquets. Now Titi carrying it over the halfway line. Paulinho flicks it around the corner, works the 1-2 with Suarez. It's a long-range effort, and it bounces wide of the target. Well, taking a touch on the way through, looking at the way Paulinho is facing. Lived long in the memory of the Brazilian. That one better than his first one, causing Buffon at least to move. As I can tell you, PSG have equalised against Celtic, so Celtic ahead for less than 10 minutes. PSG 1, Celtic 1. No other goals to tell you about in the 7:45 kickoffs in the Champions League. Earlier, CSKA in Moscow beat Benfica by 2-0, and Karabakh were beaten 4-0 at home by Chelsea. Karabakh had a man sent off early on in that one. Now game is 0-0, Barcelona 0. The game has settled down a little bit after that fast pace. The most would expect. The ball out to Semedo on the right hand side. Also looking to go past his man, and he does well to ride the challenge of Sandro. Sandro gets back at him though, and eventually forces him to run it out of play for a throw in. Infield he goes for Kadira, former Real Madrid man. Now Pjanic under pressure from Delafeu, but just holds him off. It goes to Higuain, who shot very deep to pick the ball up there, not exactly where you want the Argentine. Here's Dybala on the far side of the field. A lovely turn by him. Often linked with Barcelona. Somebody who maybe Lionel Messi wants to join him at the club. Very, very talented forward. Didn't replace Neymar. They tried with Dembele, didn't they? But he's gone down with injury, so currently without their big summer signing. Dembele is due back, I think, before the end of the year. A serious thigh injury he picked up. As Barcelona wet the ball back to Stegen. Juventus 0, Barcelona 0. Stegen with the ball at his feet. Ball forward now to Paulinho. Nice pass, but Paulinho couldn't control it under a bit of pressure. Now Rakitic raised the ball to the far flank. Suarez controls it on his thigh. To Delafeu on the right hand side, the near side as we look at it in this first half. Semedo with it once more. Juventus begin not to make a mistake as they hold Barcelona off a minute. They may be lacking a little bit of confidence with the way they started the game. Just looking at them, cautious them thus far, but then they do win the ball back in midfield with Dybala. Worked out quickly to Cuadrado on the far side. Cuadrado carries it forward, crossing opportunity. Low ball comes in, it's behind the two Juventus players up with him. But it will be collected on the opposite flank now for Costa. Crossing opportunity, Costa does really well, beats his man, pulls the ball back. Digne will turn that one away, edge of the penalty area. Pjanic's header is a little bit off target, but is collected by a black and white shirt. Cuadrado with it now. Just rolls it back to the halfway line. Juventus, all the momentum has gone out of that attack, but getting the ball to Douglas Costa and Cuadrado is the way to go, it seems. Those two are having a positive impact on the game.
Yeah, neither Semedo nor Digne are particularly good going backwards, either. They prefer to go forwards, and they do leave space in behind themselves, and both Douglas Costa, especially down the left-hand side, where he's also got Alexandro, they can be very dangerous teaming up together, the two Brazilians. We've seen Ernesto Valverde, I think he's tried to make the team more solid, almost like they were his team at Bilbao were, where they were pretty much a 4-2-3, one more than a 4-3-3 out there, aren't they? But here's where Digne wants to be, charging forward on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he doesn't want to defend, does he? It's the case with Semedo on the opposite flank. Paulinho and